What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Now, yesterday on Instagram Live, Taika Waititi did a watch through for Thor Ragnarok, in which he answered a ton of questions and talked about the upcoming Thor 4 Love and Thunder. And while he didn't mind trolling the entire fan base, everybody watching, and really the Marvel community as a whole by saying that Tony Stark was coming back in a leaked joke version of the script, and we're going to get to that. What he did do was confirm a ton of appearances, non-appearances, debunked characters like Silver Surfer, and talked about characters like Beta Ray Bill, even went as far as to offer some first look concept art at the film, giving us our first look at New Asgard, as well as a new take on a character we've already met. We're going to break down everything he had to say regarding details for the new movie, and of course cover that joke script that saw both Tony Stark and Thanos returning for the next installment of the Thor franchise. Like I said, we're going to break it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we're giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, as well as a whole slew of other Marvel related stuff, including a limited edition Infinity Saga box set. If you want to be entered to win, all you have to do, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. So again, this was last night on Instagram Live, Taika Waititi doing a live watch through. A lot of the directors are doing this because of the quarantine. You also had James Gunn doing it for Guardians of the Galaxy as well, and after he was done with the watch through, he started talking about Thor Love and Thunder, answering fan questions, showing concept art, and then went ahead and flashed this part of the script on screen. Now, to be perfectly clear, this was obviously a joke, and if there's any question about that, look at Thor's first line: "Doth mineth eyeth deceiveth me, the smoke clears, and standing before him, Tony Stark." Tony says, "What's up? I'm alive. Perfectly normal, perfectly Tony. Thor, you're back. Tony, I'm back, baby." Tony and Thor hug. Thor, "But how? I saw you die." Tony, "Science. Also, Thanos is back." Thor, "Mother Friga, no." Beat. "So we're assembling again?" Tony, Again. It's go time." Tony pushes a button on his Stark watch and within seconds is suited up again. Iron Man is back. Only this time, the suit is covered in decals, all the flags of every nation on Earth. Tony, "Everyone who died is coming back, and this time we're avenging even more than ever. From now on, we'll be known as Beat, the Avengerers." Thor smiles. "For Tony, for Earth, for Asgard." And you can clearly see here down in the comments, there's some mixed reactions. Some people obviously know this is a joke and are putting the laughing face emoji. Other people are like, "Tony, question mark," and there may even be some who go on to post this as a leaked part of the script confirming Tony Stark Iron Man's return in Thor Love and Thunder. And that's kind of the point. Taika Waititi's basically making a satire, a social commentary on the Easter egg and leak culture that's propped up in these Marvel movies, and wants to get in on a little bit of the fun. Now, beyond this joke of a script, which is obviously that, he did actually disseminate a ton of factual information about the upcoming Thor Love and Thunder and weighed in on a ton of the headlines that have been floating around here recently. So first and real quickly, we'll touch on the concept art that he showed, a first look at New Asgard under Tessa Thompson Valkyrie's rule, and you can clearly see here a lot of work has been done and it's turned into a lot more industrious of a place, more replicating of her style and character, and of course making good on her promise at the end of Avengers Endgame to make a lot of changes around the place. Now, the next 2 pieces of concept art we get are a little weird. They're concept art of Meek, and as you can see clearly in this photo, while the photo itself is not too clear, and even more so in this next piece of concept art, it looks as though Meek may in fact be a woman. And if not, let me offer maybe a second idea of what's going on here. Now, you can clearly see 2 different bodies, and they are both for Meek's character. It may be the fact that indeed Meek is not a girl, or they may be playing with gender a little bit and gender roles, seeing as maybe him and Korg have moved into a domestic partnership and he's playing the part of a housewife, hence what looks like sort of this 2-piece suit. I'm very confused as to what's going on here, but with Taika Waititi's humor and some of the themes that are set to come in, technically the title, Love and Thunder, then obviously there's a lot going on here, a lot more going on here with Meek's character than at once we first thought. And of course, because they've already changed him so much from the original comic book portrayal as a supervillain, anything they choose to do with his character at this point is fine, including whatever is going on here. Now, speaking of anything they choose to do with the characters, we also got some confirmations, 2 huge names Silver Surfer, and Beta Ray Bill, and whether they'll be involved with Thor Love and Thunder. The first of which, Silver Surfer, was a rumor that we had debunked here at the channel over a month or two ago, and well before Christian Bale got confirmed by Tessa Thompson to be playing the film's villain, and had resurfaced from some new reports that Christian Bale may actually be playing Silver Surfer, as the MCU could choose to introduce Norrin Radd's character as first an adversary for Thor before joining the side of the superheroes. We now know directly from Taika Waititi there will be no Silver Surfer involved in this film, and as we said during our debunk, there's just too many storylines and important arcs to get through, namely for Thor and Jane Foster, just the two main protagonists of the film. They don't have time to explain a backstory even a little bit for a character like Norrin Radd, and there's no way Marvel Studios are going to go out on a limb and just jam him into this movie. Now, on the second part of that coin is Beta Ray Bill, another name that has been heavily rumored to be involved with Thor Love and Thunder, and of course, if they wanted to do the same thing for Beta Ray Bill, making him an adversary to Thor, much in the way he was introduced in the comics, except play that out for the full film, then maybe Christian Bale could indeed be playing this character. But according to Taika Waititi, it doesn't sound like that's the case either, as he said he would love to have Beta Ray Bill involved, but it's still up in the air at this point, which really means two things. If they've already cast Christian Bale but don't know if Beta Ray Bill will even be in the film, he's obviously not the main protagonist and not who Christian Bale is playing, and directly from the horse's mouth, pun totally intended, he's not even a necessary part of the script just yet. If things are still up in the air, that means he wants to involve him. It may even have provisions in the script to include the character, but as industry insider Thomas Polito even conjectured on his own Twitter, it may have something to do with Marvel not knowing exactly where they want to introduce the character, and or if James Gunn wants the ability to do that during Guardians of the Galaxy. If you remember, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 should have and originally come out as one of the first movies in Marvel Phase 4. That's why Avengers Endgame ended the way it did. The script was already written years in advance, and even though the things have shifted the way they have, I still don't think it matters. All the same rules apply. There's already so much to get to in the main story arcs for Jane Foster, Thor, and maybe even Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie. There's very little time to explore the backstory or really do Beta Ray Bill any justice, again, unless he's an integral part of the script. And if Taika Waititi just doesn't know how that's going to go yet, it's looking less and less likely that he'll be involved, maybe find his way out of the film, someone akin to like the way they did it in Thor Ragnarok, where again there were provisions to have him even CGI done and the Easter eggs that made it in, but he himself didn't make it in the film. I hope Marvel understands just how much of a fan favorite he is, how stoked we are to see him, and do find a way to make it so in the MCU sooner than later, but if it's got to be, at least in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Now, there were some more confirmations along the way, including that this film would be so crazy it would make Thor Ragnarok look like a quote-unquote safe film. The first of which, Star Sharks, which some of you have undoubtedly already seen run as headlines in all the normal places, Thor facing off against space sharks, and a lot of people have taken this to mean that this is definitely going to introduce Gorr the God Butcher alongside them, as they've been part and parcel for some of the same storylines, even though that isn't quite confirmation of Gorr yet, and Taika Waititi had the good sense not to give up the film's main antagonist. Another huge confirmation was the teased return of none other than Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. We've been talking about that a lot here at the channel, how he's definitely going to be a part of Phase 4, just how and why we're not sure, but a quick cameo during Thor's film makes a lot of sense. A, for the connective tissue to the Infinity Saga. B, as I mentioned just a couple of videos ago, with him involved in the She-Hulk series, it's just the touching quality we've come to know from Disney or Marvel Studios. If you talk about or reference a character, if you can have him there, then you do. It's only the other Marvel productions that have to dance around those funny, silly rights problems that are no longer standing in Marvel Studios' way. Here's looking at you, Sony. Either way, this was a ton of reveals and a lot of fun given what's going on in the universe right now. And, of course, now debunking Silver Surfer means we don't have to talk about that anymore. Now the open can of worms in Pandora's box that is Beta Ray Bill will probably have us conjecturing for the next 2 years. Either way, let me know all your thoughts down in the comments about this, all of the reveals that Taika Waititi was able to give us, the reveals that he didn't give us, and, of course, that joke about Tony Stark coming back during the film. I think I laughed harder hair every single time I read that. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below, guys, and quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. We're still giving away 2 PlayStation 4 Pros, the next of which is at the 650,000 subscriber mark. We are headlong into that, should easily hit that by month's end, if not before. All you have to do to be entered to win, hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and that'll automatically enter you to win all the rest of the prizes here at the channel, like the limited edition Infinity Saga box set. We gave the first one away on New Year's Eve. We'll be giving the second one away on the 2nd anniversary of the channel in the end of April. If you want to be entered to win either of the PlayStations, the limited edition Infinity Saga box set, or any of the other prizes we give away here at the channel over the next couple of years, all the same rules will always apply. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment on this video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you like and comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, and if you've missed those past winner announcements, especially here real recently, no worries. All you have to do, scroll back through the channel, look for the winner announcement and the sub count in the title, click on that video, and scroll to the end. Now, if you're still watching this video in the 10-minute and 45-second mark after both of the giveaway announcements, then that's probably because you usually watch my videos in full. You're a fan of my work here at the channel. And again, if you are, I've actually taken myself to a different platform with some different content. I am streaming pretty regularly over on Twitch under the name right now, Novellin, but we'll probably change that in the future to either Michael Roman or maybe even Everything Always. When I do go live, I always make sure to pin a comment down below the most recent couple of videos. I also pin it to my Instagram story, some of my other social media. If you want to follow me over there, if you're interested in the same sort of video games I play, usually Magic spellcasting adjacent, World of Warcraft, Spellbreak, Magic the Gathering, again, you can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Novellin. If I'm not live, you can still follow the channel, and or if I am live, you'll see a comment pinned below this video. This is Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman. Thanks so much for checking out the channel, and stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.